talk about Zeruiah and Troy in this last episode of Life After Lockup. It was finally the big day, which was Zeruiah and Troy's anniversary, and it was also community day for their Project Heal, and they're gonna have this little community day at Zeruiah's family's church, and this is where they're trying to get at least 50 different people to sign up for Project Heal, and if they're able to do that, they're able to get funding and actually make a living off this nonprofit. The day's already not off to a good start, though. Troy goes outside and he is about to get ready to get in the car, and he's waiting on Zeruiah to come outside, and he realizes that Zeruiah has a boot on her car. So apparently she had like $550 worth of tickets that she hadn't paid, and they ended up putting a boot on her car. Too bad she's not from Atlanta, because she could just call up the boot girls and they'll pull up on you and take a boot off your car for $50. But she was able to come up with the $550, but I don't think she went the best way about it. She said that there was a few $1,000s in the nonprofit account, and her partner told her, okay, make sure you keep that money in there for emergencies. And she's like, this is an emergency right now. I mean, I guess they need the car to be able to make money, and I mean possibly get people to sign up at this community day, but at the same time, it's not like people are donating to this nonprofit to pay to get this boot off your car. This is why people don't trust paying money to certain nonprofits, because of BS like this, because some places you just have no idea what they're really doing with the money. It makes zero sense to be out here smoking like a chimney like they be out here doing when you don't have your car tickets paid off, and as a result have to get a boot on your car. And she ends up calling this number. She was able to pay it off, and they ended up getting the boot off, and finally it was time to go to the church to get ready for community day. And Troy was already getting under Zeruiah's skin because it's their anniversary, and here they are like a few hours into their day, and he hasn't even said happy anniversary, which I would be mad about that too. Like, if this is the first anniversary we're spending in the free world, I would be expecting a kiss and a happy anniversary as soon as he wakes up, or as soon as he sees me first thing in the morning. But the fact that he hasn't even addressed it makes it seem like he has either completely forgot or he just doesn't give a damn. Which it obviously was the second one, it seems like, because Zeruiah was constantly reminding him, it's our anniversary. Like, he's texting in the car. He's like, and she's like, are you really texting right now? Which I don't even understand why she's tripping off that. Yes, I understand she's mad because he hasn't said happy anniversary, but that's like what I do. Like, when I'm in the car, if I'm riding with somebody, that's usually when I'm sitting there catching up on my messages, unless this is like somebody I haven't seen in a hot minute. But he's probably thinking, you know, it's our anniversary. Tonight I can put all my focus on her. Let me just catch up on my messages right now. And she's just completely overreacting, in my opinion. But Troy's not doing anything to help calm her down either. It seems like he's just doing things to get under her skin even more. Like, when she tells him to stop texting, he texts even longer, and then he decides that he wants to drive and then still try to text at the same time, and she's like, oh hell no, we are not about to do this. So she makes him pull over and she has to drive. I think Zeruiah's just making a whole lot of something out of nothing. I've seen plenty of times when they've been in the car together on live, and she's just focusing on the live the whole time, or she's texting the whole time. So she does the same exact stuff that she was getting mad at Troy about. And I think really, in reality, she was just stressed out about this whole community event, and also probably a little upset that he hadn't said happy anniversary, so she was being a little passive aggressive. But I feel like she probably felt like she was having to do everything for this community event by herself. Here she is with like a never ending to-do list, and she just felt like Troy was just worried about his weed and his own little world and just texting instead of dealing with the stress or trying to take some of the stress off her shoulders. So instead she was just taking it out on him instead of communicating like, hey, I need help. I really need you to do your part in this too. Then she had the nerve to say that Troy does not care about Community Day or the community because he was texting people on his phone. And that was just a reach right there. And then Troy was like, yeah, so my daughter is coming to see me and Yana's not coming. And Zeruiah was like, hallelujah. Which I wasn't feeling that. Zeruiah can just be so hateful sometimes, and to be like that towards Troy's baby mama, like, I don't care what she said about you, I just don't feel like that's right. And Troy was like, yeah, Yana may not be there, but my mom is gonna have to be there to bring Troy. And of course Zeruiah was pissed off. It seems like anytime Troy brings up his daughter, it seems like she really gets jealous or something. Like she's literally jealous of a freaking child. That's what it's giving to me, because she always starts acting all funky every time he brings up Troy, and it just seems like she doesn't want to have to share her attention with anybody. She just thinks, oh, it's our anniversary, it's supposed to be all about us. But this man never gets to see his child either, and this is one of the few times he can see her. I'd be wanting to take full advantage of that. And they're driving, and Zeruiah was just so annoyed with Troy, she finally told him to get the hell out of the car. And once again, for like the 20th time this season, we see Troy go walking down the street with nowhere to go. And finally he turned around to the producers. He's like, this is BS. Can you guys give me a ride? That's what I would be doing. Like, if I got in a fight with my boyfriend, if I was on the show, I would not be walking down the street calling an Uber. Like Daniel, like he's constantly calling Ubers left and right. I'd be looking at production like, hey, you guys are right here. You guys have a couple spare vans. Let me hop in real quick. You guys are making me get in here anyways during my confessionals or between scenes. So let me get a ride too, because you're going to be following me anyways. Troy admitted that he found out that when times get really hard and him and Zeruiah get to fighting, he said it's really hard to talk to Zeruiah and work things out with her. She's just like a loose cannon, and once she gets upset, it's really hard to reason with her. And he said that what he was really doing when he was on his phone, when Zeruiah thought he was texting, he was actually making a post to Zeruiah for their anniversary. And that makes perfect sense, because when he does, like on his mom's birthday or on their anniversary or on certain people's special days, he likes to make long ass posts, and that's exactly what he was doing. And I feel like he should have just told Zeruiah that, and that would have saved a lot of headache, but I guess he decided not to. And I kind of felt bad when he said that. Like, here he is getting kicked out of the car because he was too busy writing a Facebook post. But I do feel like he should have told his wife face to face happy anniversary before he went to telling her on Facebook or telling Facebook. And then he's in the production van and he's like, yeah, I gotta get to my daughter ASAP. And I'm starting to think that Zeruiah is just intentionally trying to sabotage Troy spending time with his daughter. Because every time it's time for him to go pick up his daughter, it's like she does everything possible to either delay it or make sure it does not happen. Every single time, it's like all about Zeruiah. And Troy got frustrated and he walked off and he called his mom. And his mom's like, where the hell are you? You were supposed to be here 2 hours ago. Or it was like an hour. And Troy was like, yeah, Zeruiah kicked me out of the car. And Troy's mom was like, yeah, Zeruiah is freaking psychotic, and it's been one thing after another since Troy has been released from prison. And Troy was like, don't worry, Mom, I'm coming to get you. And he went up to Zeruiah and was like, okay, we gotta go get my mom and Troy right now. And Zeruiah's like, I ain't going to get them. I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, I cannot believe how unbearable Zeruiah can be sometimes. Troy, blink twice if you need help. Wear the pink do-rag in the next live if you need help. But it just really feels like she has no respect for his mother, his daughter, his baby's mother. And the way that she acts about things is just so unhinged at times. Like, I would be so mentally exhausted if I have to deal with that all day long, every day. And if this is how she's acting on camera with him only being 6 weeks out of prison, then I can't even imagine how she acts behind closed doors. And she was out here on Facebook trying to say, oh, this is just editing again. I'm going to cover the responses in another video. I was going to do it in this video, but I'm pretty tired and their responses were pretty long, and that's probably going to be a whole nother video in itself. Okay, so I'm in the process of editing this video, and Mama Karen went live earlier, and she was asked if Troy ever made it to come pick her and baby Troy up. And she revealed Troy never came. He had them waiting for over 4 hours outside. Not just Karen, but his daughter too, just to never show up. I think that is so foul on Troy's part. I don't give a damn if Zeruiah said no. I would have still figured out a way to go pick my mom and my daughter up. It's one thing having your mom, but your daughter too, a young kid who's all excited, waiting 4 hours, thinking as every minute goes by, she's getting a minute closer to finally seeing her daddy, and this long wait's all gonna be worth it. But then she just finds out she waited all this time for nothing. That is just so disappointing. There's no way I could just leave my daughter and my mom stranded, let alone stranded for that long. But that is it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.